Well, I was 13, and my younger cousins is the one who introduced me to pot. And ever since then, like I didn't stop.
Luz became what she called a big partier. And what that means is she got deeper and deeper into drugs and alcohol.
Probably when I got into high school, I really got into popping pills, and it got really bad. And it came to the point when I started sniffing, and it was just, I was completely lost. Like I thought I was on top of the world when in reality I was at the very bottom, and I had no life whatsoever. Every single day I'd get dropped off at school and I'd leave. Go to somebody's house, get wasted, do something, and just repeat every single day.
Every day, that is, except Thursday, when her only Christian friend Erica would bring her here to Bonita Valley for the high school ministry called Elevate.
Thursdays I was always excited to go with her because I guess it was the only place that I felt safe and I felt at home. Not even my own home I didn't feel like I could be there, but I came in and all these people accepted me, and it was so comforting and so nice. Every Sunday, I'd be like hungover or I'd still be high, but I'd be at church, and for some reason those were always the points that I'm like, hey, you need to get your life together, God, you need him. And I just always ignored it and just, I was like, whatever.
God was definitely speaking to Luz, but she wasn't quite ready to listen.
I was hanging out with a bunch of my friends, and I decided to steal a bottle. And security guard got me. I hit the security guard, pretty much punched him, and it was pretty bad. And they called the police, and they took me to Las Colinas, and that's pretty much when everything came out, that I wasn't doing well. I cried when I called my mom from the holding cell. When I called her, I'm like, Mom, I'm in jail. And then she started crying. That's what made me cry, and I was like, oh no, I just made my mom cry. I've never made my mom cry before. And that's when I knew, I hit rock bottom. I looked around and I saw these women, and they were crackheads and tweakers, and I was like, is this how I look like? Is this me? And I said, I don't belong here. I'm not eating this nasty hot plate and drinking water from the faucet and sleeping next to a lady that has no teeth.
The next step was her arraignment. Luz's record to this point was clean, so everyone was surprised when instead of probation or treatment, the DA's office asked for 6 months of jail time.
My own lawyer looked worried. She was like, all you can do is pray. I don't know what else to do. Then I went home that day and I called Erica and I was like, I'm scared. And I said, you know what, God got to me. I'm really scared. And that day I told her, I'm like, I want God to be in my life, and I want to live for him. I don't want to live this life.
When Luz decided to give her life to God, it made sense to her to give him her problems too.
I fasted for 4 days, and I think it was on the third day, my lawyer calls and she tells me that they offered me a deal. And the deal was that I get 3 years probation, 30 days community service, and I cannot get into any trouble whatsoever. If I do, I get 6 months. So I took the deal and I was like, this was so God. And I remember I called Erica and I was like, I'm not going to jail. I'm not doing 6 months anymore. You know what? God, He's been there for me, and He's gotten me through so much.
It's been nearly a year since Luz's legal problems went away, but getting her old habits to go away has been much harder.
When my friends call, they still call to this very day. I'm so tempted to just go hang out with them. I just sit down in my bed and I say, God, give me strength to not go out with them, please. And sometimes I cry. And it's because I don't know why it's so hard. I don't want it to be hard. It gets easier every day. But every day that goes by, it does get easier.
The Lord isn't just helping Luz change the way she behaves. He's also changing the way she believes.
God's helping me get through that too, and He's making me feel you're not worthless. You're worth way more. And as much as I wanted to go back and go get drunk and, go freaking smoke something, I didn't. I said, I'm depending on you. I'm definitely depending on you, and I'm not gonna give up. As much as the enemy wants me to fail, I'm not going to. I'm not going to.